What do these new numbers tell you? Are they perhaps maxed out on new subscribers, especially in the United States?
You know, Emily, it's just sort of sad, right? I mean, at the end of the day, Disney's got some of the world's best content, and they have all the ability to effectively win if they want to win. But like many legacy media companies, they're dealing with the balance and they're conflicted. Do we support our legacy TV businesses? Do we support the movie theater business that we've been in for years and decades, I should say? You know, if Disney wanted to have Shang-Chi, Eternals, all of these movies, West Side Story, only available on Disney Plus, they'd have an incredible slate of content in Q4 for Disney Plus. Instead, you turn on Disney Plus, top title is The Simpsons, Mickey Mouse Club, Bluey, Moana. Like, it's just, honestly, it's just embarrassing how bad the kind of headline content. There's nothing for anyone over the age of 10 in terms of fresh content. And they keep saying it's coming, it's coming. They have an incredible array of content for adults. I mean, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Dancing with the Stars, all of this content could be Disney Plus exclusives, and they could have a really comprehensive service that could be driving subscribers at far higher prices. Instead, they're stuck in their silos and they're trying to balance all of their legacy businesses with Disney Plus, and balancing this whole balancing, they're losing. They're just not winning the way they could. They have all of the resources, and I think it's just disappointing that Chapek is sort of waiting and waiting versus using the resources he has at his disposal right now to accelerate growth.
Meantime, Rich, I'm just noticing that you're wearing a Squid Game T-shirt, which of course is Netflix's big original hit. You told me when Disney Plus debuted that it would never be as big as Netflix. Do you still believe that?
You know, when you have a service, first of all, I should say, the one thing we didn't count on when Disney Plus launched is that they'd give it away to 40 plus million homes in Asia. So, you know, when you say as big as, the subscriber numbers, it's roughly half the subscriber base, but it's very misleading because, you know, basically more than a third of that, or almost a third of that sub base, they're effectively giving away in Asia as part of Hotstar. But if you look at revenues, I think that's probably the better way of thinking about your question. These things aren't even close. I mean, if you look at some recent ComScore data, just to give you a sense of viewership, on connected TVs in the US, Netflix is 26% of time spent, YouTube is 21%, Disney Plus, 4%, and it's been declining. Like, there just is not that much to watch, and that's why people are paying ARPU $6 or less in the US, $4 globally. It's a very, very low-cost service with very little usage. That's the disturbing thing, is that they could drive it. You know, no one sits. I think the best way of thinking about this, Emily, Coco Melon is a top 10 title. It's for preschool kids. Moonbug Entertainment, recently acquired by Kevin Mayer and Blackstone and Tom Staggs. That show sits on Netflix right next to Squid Game. Squid Game, obviously for adults, not for young kids, but preschool and adult content sits right next to each other. Yet Disney thinks they have to have different services for each type of content. You just had a bloody, you had the bloody figure on. Like, it just, but it's just funny. Like, no one is complaining. No parent. You don't see an uproar of parents saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe Squid Game is sitting next to Coco Melon." Disney needs to realize it needs to put all of its content into one place. Forget about movie theaters. Forget about broadcast TV. Forget about cable networks. Put all of their content into one place and win. And unfortunately, going back to your question though, do I think they will be as big as Netflix? No, because they have a management team that is unwilling to do what is necessary to win.
Speaking of, you don't hold back, Rich, which is why we love having you on the show. And as I understand it, you've been disinvited from Disney events. You haven't been able to ask a question on a call for a few years, right? I mean, give us a status update on your relationship with Disney.
You know, look, at least they invite us to listen to their conference calls and they tell us when things are happening. But, you know, look, I thought with Chapek taking over, I was hopeful that things would change because, you know, Iger and Xenia, their head of communication, certainly didn't like us. I don't know. The entire management team has turned over. I'm certainly hopeful. I would love to have the conversation. We have lots of big ideas that we think could be helpful to Disney. I think in terms of what would make the stock go up. I mean, we've been very vocal that Chapek and team should be spinning off ESPN and ABC. Those are businesses that have no synergy with the rest of Disney and would create substantial value. And the shareholders we talk to do not want Disney owning ESPN and ABC. These are not businesses going in the right direction. So look, I would love to. I would love to break bread with Bob Chapek and his management team. We're still waiting. We would love that. Anytime, we would be there.